Hey guys, it's your girl Malaysia, and you're watching Mind Over Matter.
Mm. All right, this is Ashwin Gane, Mind Over Matter. We're still here in Atlanta, and look at that backdrop. I need to get that back home. Like, I got to work on my aesthetics. This is pretty immaculate, I do have to say. Yeah, so we're in a different location than the first time we shot in Atlanta, but it's actually this one day after, believe it or not. And I have a very special guest here with me, Malaysia. You probably know who she is. I don't think I need to introduce her, but I'll let her introduce herself just in case you didn't know who she is.
That was so weird introducing yourself, but I'm Malaysia, and I'm best known from Basketball Wives of LA, and and a whole bunch of other things. So we'll be here all day because that is like a 14-year long resume, and I don't have time for all of that. But you guys know who I am.
Yeah, don't worry. I don't really do interviews anyways.
Good.
That's like not my style.
You're not gonna just jump on my head,
Yep.
right? No.
No, not yet.
Okay.
Maybe later. Maybe the next one. So, I mean, I know they always bring it up. Malaysia.
The country.
Yeah, and
Have I been there?
yeah.
No,
Okay.
but I've been close.
Good.
Singapore.
Singapore.
Yeah.
Because, that was funny because right before you walked in, I was already thinking about the countries of Malaysia and Singapore. Now, I really don't know too much about Malaysia. I know about Singapore.
Yeah.
I have a little more knowledge, but
It's like more of a they said that, well, I haven't been there, but when people tell me about it, they say that it's more of like a Philippines, like more of like a island kind of vibe and stuff like that. So one day, it's on my bucket list.
yeah, from what I understand about, I mean, this is Singapore and Malaysia, but they're kind of like the cultural crossroads of uh, South Asia, East Asia. So,
Mm-hmm.
in fact, we went to a restaurant. I don't know if you've been there. It's called Food Terminals, close by. It's like
No.
some Malaysian food. It's pretty good.
No, I haven't been there. Like, I am a very picky eater. I pretty much stick to what I know and what I like. I don't really venture out.
Okay, so what is it that you like?
So I do like Thai food. I like Thai food, Chinese food. I like soul food. Have you had soul food
Yeah,
before?
yeah,
Yeah. So you like collard greens?
I do like collard
You
greens.
like cornbread?
I do like cornbread.
Hot
It's
water
not good for you.
cornbread.
I don't know about hot water cornbread. So yeah, that key me on what that
Yeah, I was
is.
about to say, because I don't even like hot water cornbread. You like ham hocks?
Uh, I try to stay away from things that have too much sodium.
Okay, because I don't like that either. But I just wanted to see if you knew what it was. But yeah,
I've heard about it though, but I'm not a soul food expert. I gotta admit.
okay. Well, you got to get someone in the kitchen to throw down for you. Like, especially for like Thanksgiving. What do you guys typically eat for Thanksgiving?
I mean, you're kind of asking the wrong guy because I do something different every time. Like for example, like I don't know if you know the French Laundry. It's a three-star Michelin restaurant in Napa Valley, probably the most well-known Michelin restaurant in the world. Anyways, I got a cookbook, and then I wanted to make something from there, so I made they call it a cream of blueberry soup. It's like a dessert, so it's very different. So I like to try different things. So
Okay.
I don't have one thing I make for Thanksgiving.
Sounds very healthy.
It's not healthy. It's like you had to make a creme and glace, so that's like
Oh.
a custard,
Oh, so
vanilla
it's more of
custard.
like a custard. Okay. So
And
like a creme brulee type of thing.
yeah,
Okay. That sounds pretty good. I love that over some bread pudding. Like just, okay, now I'm getting hungry.
I'm actually hungry. I haven't eaten. No, I don't normally eat breakfast.
Oh, really? And breakfast is like the best ever.
So yeah, this is where I beg to differ. And part of it is genetic, by the way.
Okay.
Like some people have a sweet tooth, some people don't have that. Like I did a DNA test, and I know for a fact that I don't gravitate towards sweet food. My father does,
Uh-huh.
but my mother does it, so I got it from her.
It's so funny because what you're saying is right because I had twins. And so one twin liked sweet and still to this day, she likes everything sweet. And then her twin brother likes savory. And so while I was pregnant, I will sit down and have a filet mignon and cotton candy ice cream. at a setting that was like dinner for me. And so now that they're older and my son does not like sweets. We'll go to the ice cream shop and he'll play around in it, but my daughter, she will eat ice cream, cookies, and cakes all day long, and my son is like, "Give me a steak, give me some food."
Yeah, I relate to your son. I'm like, yeah, I know how that feels.
Yeah, and me, I love sweets.
Yeah, but I think you may like that cream blueberry, but yeah, so it's like a trick. I won't, but I know what people expect me. Like, I made tandoori chicken and curry and whatnot.
Yeah.
Wrong guy.
No.
You got to go ask someone else for that.
Okay.
But I know how to make it, but
I thought you were gonna say you're gonna have a spread, a feast of like rice and curries and all this other stuff.
I mean, I grew up eating a lot of that, so why would I? I mean,
Yeah,
you
so
know,
you will want to venture off.
yeah.
It's so funny because we grew up eating the same thing, and for Thanksgiving we eat the same thing every year, and then we turn around and make it for Christmas too. It's like, why you keep eating the same crap every day?
Yeah. Well, my odd take is Christmas food is better than Thanksgiving.
It's the same thing.
No, I mean, you have roast beef, you have a roast goose, duck. Like, you have more variety. Like, all you have for
Not
Thanksgiving
in
is
my household.
turkey.
It was turkey, and then they'll switch it up and fry it. So either for Thanksgiving they'll bake it, and for Christmas they'll fry it. Not much of a difference. And then they'll add a little ham in there, which was very gross.
Wait, ham in the turkey?
No, just like, okay, you can have,
Oh, like a ham on the
yeah,
side.
ham on the side, or like, yeah, I don't like ham either. So,
But I've never had Iberico with ham from Spain. They say that's the best ham in the world.
oh, well, great, but I don't want it. Like, I don't really do pork at all. Got a funny story about that one too. So, my family is from the country. They had a hog, and we were out on the countryside, and like they had us riding this hog and having a great time falling in the mud with it. And then next thing you know, they hit him over the head, slaughtered him, and then put him on the table. And I was like, never again. I will never eat pork ever again because they didn't have to do that to him.
Yeah, I mean, I understand, but man, that is the circle of life, unfortunately.
It just broke my heart.
Well, that's why, speaking of these Iberico ham, like I'm pretty sure these farmers who raise these pork, I mean the pigs, not pork. I mean they become pork when you eat. I mean that's not weird, right? You call it pork when you because we're trying to distance ourselves from what we did, right?
Right.
So that's why we give them a different name. It's kind of odd if you really think about it.
It is. Is you can't, but you can't. Like for me, my memory just won't let me distance myself. I might as well be like vegetarian because I really don't really like meat. I'm more of a sides girl.
Okay, well I'm a meat eater.
Yeah, you'll have to chop it up and put it in something, but
This make
like
it.
just me just eating it, I can't.
Oh, and you should like Indian food because it's really vegetarian friendly.
See, yes, I'm gonna have to try some.
Yeah, but the whole thing about India is, like you go to these restaurants, they have buttered chicken. I get that, but the whole thing about India is it was really never one country to start with. So in India, you have, I believe, 300 languages that are spoken.
Oh,
So it's a subcontinent. So you have various food cultures. So when you go to restaurants in the United States, mainly it comes from a state called Punjab, where they speak Punjabi, completely different language, completely different people actually. So, but I would say that's not really vegetarian friendly.
okay.
So there's a plate. So my parents come from a state called Tamil Nadu, South India. They have a lot more vegetarian options. So you would have to go find the different cuisines of India to really know. I mean, really have a vegetarian friendly menu.
And so I will get along right away because like rice is my favorite thing. So rice and veggies, I love that.
Yeah, but we see buttered chicken on a menu. They probably don't have a lot of rice. They're more based on, well, they naan, right? That's probably naan, naan and buttered chicken. But anyone watching this, you got to go diversify. There's more to India. You got to expand your palate here.
Right, because I'm learning.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to explain like explore some more Indian options. Cause there's a few places by my house and I just like, oh, it smells good. I need to go in there, but I just like I have the thought process that maybe it's going to be spicy or because I don't really like spicy food.
Okay, well, South India is very spicy,
Yeah. So
but then they have a lot of vegetarians, so you know.
so you can just pick and choose. I just need to stop making excuses and just go in there and try it.
Yeah, like when I get back, like I want to. There's a state called Kashmir. I don't know if you know Kashmir.
No.
So Pakistan and India are just they're always in conflict about this state. I You can't find a restaurant. It's like very unique. It's like in the north. It's all the way north. It's in the mountain ranges. So when I get back, I want to try making some Kashmiri food.
So you are an avid traveler. You like traveling.
Not as much as I would like. I want to travel more. I'm a historian.
Oh, okay.
I see myself as a historian.
Okay. That's it. And that's good too, because that makes you travel and see other parts of life. So what part about a historian, the history that you like? What is so fascinating about history?
And there's so many things. Number one is patterns. Like you look at the past and you see things repeating over and over and over again. Like look at what's happening in the United States.
Yeah.
And then you look at what happened in 1930s Germany. There's a parallel here. I'm not gonna like. I mean, I'm pretty certain the people who watch me, they probably they're probably not gonna say white is right. Let's be honest. Those aren't people watching, and if they are, well, you can like me, you can dislike me, and that's your choice.
I
But
mean, we're not going to give them the option. They're going to like you.
yeah,
And that's just that. I mean, an opinion is like an ear. Everyone has one.
yeah, but some people they have decided that I am not gonna like you because of your background or how you look.
I mean, that's their problem, not yours.
Exactly
So,
right. But yeah, 1930s Germany it's very it's a very close to what's happening now in the United States. We have our president.
mhm.
And his team, and they're attempting to recreate Germany. I mean, they're not. It's not quite the same. I think Adolf Hitler really believed in what he was doing. I don't think our president, if you want to call him our president, I don't think he does.
I honestly, I think that he does believe in what he's doing. Like while how he's going about it, not so I don't really like that so much, but I feel like anybody that raise a state to go have a cause do believe in what they're doing. They're just not doing it just to do it. I think that he really do think that he's trying to make America great again. How he's going about it, no. I feel like there's other ways to go about it, like fixing things. I feel like he's taking from the poor, um, first, which is not a good thing
Oh, but
because
he loves the uneducated, apparently.
yeah.
Yeah, he said he's doing great on the polls, and that's what his words, not mine.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, I wish he would find a better way to make America great again. And I think that he needs to fix inside before fixing out.
Oh, that is what he ran on, but he's not doing that right now.
Yeah, I mean, correct. You're right.
Yeah. Yeah, I didn't know we were going to start talking about
Right.
but yeah.
I thought it was gonna be a little lighter, but whatever. We can switch it.
See mind over matter, see past the surface, the matches. I don't. This is the first time I ever brought up Trump during one of my podcasts. I've done a few. It's probably 14, episode 14.
Oh shoot! Oh, so you're well versed. Well, this is only my second
Oh,
podcast
so
ever.
you're doing good for your second podcast.
Yeah, I normally don't do interviews. Like in the long span of my career, I haven't really done any interviews. I really don't like it. So I just tend not to do it. I like the body of work. I don't really like the flow show of it. So I'm really a marksman. Like I like to go in and act and do what I need to do and then get out and be a regular human being. So my kids didn't even know that I was on TV for a long time. We happened to be in Maui on vacation, and for some odd reason, they wanted to play a basketball wives marathon, and I was asleep and the kids came in and was like, mommy, you're on TV. I was like, oh shit.
They
I had
found
been
out.
watching it. And so yeah, like I really live my life like a normal person. And I switch it. It's like TV Malaysia and I do that. And then home Malaysia is two totally different people.
Yeah, you're a working professional. You can get in character. Like
Yeah.
when I'm pretty sure you have a few questions of what exactly was going on with that skit. It's
Correct.
like, well, what was? Yeah, because no context, so you just dropped it.
Just jumped
But
in.
I was very pleasantly surprised to see that you got into the character like immediately. That was pretty impressive.
I mean, because again, I love the craft and I've like always dreamed about being an actress. Actually, I thought it was going to be Tyra Banks growing up, but I realized I was only 5'5", so it's kind of not gonna work. But I've always loved TV. I love watching TV. That's like my pastime. My son will say that I like laying down, but no, I like to like lounge in my theater and watch different movies, good ones, bad ones, some trash. Like Tubi is my best friend because I like to correct or see how the ranging motion of actors act. So, you know, whenever I get an opportunity to do something fun, to me that was fun. So, though I didn't have much context, I was just like, "Oh, what do you want me to do? Okay, cool." And so, and I executive produced my own show here in Atlanta called Bold Bougie. So, like, I just like acting. I love the entertainment world. It helps us kind of not be as serious as we started off talking about Trump and all that stuff. Sometimes it just helps you escape, like the traumas of the world.
Yeah, a nice little escape. So I'll give you a little context. So I have a song called "Flip That" I made last year.
Flip that what?
Flip that.
What you flipping?
No, exactly. So that's the whole thing. No, a lot of people will say, you're flipping that. I don't know if I buy that." And I say, "Well, yes, you're right."
What is you flipping though? You flipping ass or you flipping
No,
like
basically, is the guy in the song? He's going around, he's stealing your woman, or maybe it's a woman singing. I don't know, but whoever it's about. They're flipping romantic affections, so to speak.
ah, okay, I
They're
could believe that
they're
from you.
flipping that. But I don't. That's not me. That's not what I do. But I produced a track, right? And had a Spaniard guitar. So I'm like, okay, now I wanted. It's kind of I hate to, has an erotic sound to it. The guitar, very exotic. So I'm like, yeah, I need to make a song that fits the character of this guitar. And I just instantly thought about Don Juan. Don Juan is the folklore character. I think he's the most famous playboy of all time. You could say. In fact, we call us. We have tequila named after him.
Yeah.
It's tequila, right?
Yes, tequila. Yeah.
Okay. I didn't want to seem.
So you don't drink either.
Not really.
Me neither. So
Yeah. So Don Juan
anymore.
tequila, named after him. Very famous character. Very very famous archetype. But as I said, I'm not him. So then you have a question: if I'm not Don Juan, if I'm not this playboy, who is? So now that gave me the idea because I do like the song quite a bit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I don't want to go try to portray this lifestyle and image or put on a front that I'm a playboy. I'm not. That's not really. That wasn't the goal of the song. The song is kind of sarcastic in nature.
Okay.
So then, but as I said, now you have this mystery. You have a mystery. Who is it? So I'm going to be the one to find out who it is.
Who's
So I'm the
the flipper?
detective. I'm the inspector.
Okay.
Because I have, as the creator, I need to, you got to create something that the audience can buy into. It's, I always use it as example. What if, I mean, you don't want to see Anthony Hopkins do a rom com. That's not gonna. It's gonna be kind of odd.
It's so crazy that you say Anthony Hopkins because he's one of my favorite actors, and I actually would love to see him do something outside of like so serious serial killer.
Yeah, but I think that's his. He's really he could do it, but he's really good at that.
Wouldn't it be nice for him to do like a something a little more outside of the because just I just want to see a different range. Like more of a Breakfast at Tiffany's or more like like a Norbit type of thing. Just I want to see his.
More Anthony Hopkins in Burbot is not something. I don't know.
You don't want to see that.
Well, no, I can make a mock-up with AI. I could do that.
You could.
Yeah.
I just want to see it. And then like another thing, my other favorite show, and I don't know why this is my favorite movie of all times, is Pretty Woman, and I just wanted to see like a two. Like, did they get married? Like, did she have babies? Something. Like, you just the greatest movie of all time. You just leave it there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, so that's kind of how I came up with this Inspector
Inspector Gane.
concept. Inspector Gain, yes,
Mhm.
Inspector Gain.
Well, I think that's a good concept because obviously you said you're not a player. You have never thought about being a player because all men are like players a little bit,
Yeah, but like,
just a
our
little
our
bit.
buddy Micah, he really he's like that. Like he just is.
Okay.
Like that's just who he has. He's I don't know
Who?
why.
That was my boyfriend, right?
Yeah, that was your boy.
Oh,
Well,
well, my fake boyfriend.
yeah,
Okay. Yeah. I could see that.
like he just goes around. He's like that. I'm not like that. I don't have that. I'm too much of an academic.
Okay. I mean, but academics flip that.
That's true. Albert Einstein. He was always flipping
Definitely
that.
flipping that.
He was always cheating. He was
Yeah, so
always a
don't
face.
don't sell yourself short. I'm not encouraging you to flip
Yeah.
that, but just in case you
I
wanted to, you
yeah.
can. I mean, like I feel like for the longest I have been dating wrong. Once I got a divorce, I started dating one man at a time. And someone told me like you're dating like a married woman. Like you can't date one person at a time. You have to date multiples. So I guess I flipped that. Like so I started dating like 3 at a time. It was exhausting though.
By the way, I'm still confused. Like, how does that work? Like,
Like 3 at a time.
yeah.
You don't
By
sleep
the
with
way,
them.
if you take that out of context, it just sounds
Oh
kind of
yeah.
crazy.
Okay, sounds like a threesome, but no. You don't date, you can't do them all. You can't you
Once
don't sleep
again,
with them. You
no,
don't
don't. Yeah, that or you gotta be careful there.
sorry. You don't you just get to know them all. Like you have conversations, you go maybe to eat or like fun things and stuff like that and you get to know them and then you pick the one that is most, the one that you kind of identify with the most.
So yeah, to flip that song is kind of like based around the modern scene. Like I didn't want to tie it into the modern
The modern
dynamics.
scene.
Yeah,
So flip that is dating multiple people, right?
yeah, part of that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But Inspector Gang, do you date one person at a time? Or are you not dating at all?
Right now, I mean, I haven't been on a date, but
Never.
no,
Never.
never.
There's nobody you want to go on a date with.
Well, I mean, uh,
No ice cream. No walk in the park.
yeah, no walk into parks
No
yet.
museum.
Uh, yeah, no museums yet. No, I mean, haven't seen that. No.
We got to get you on a date.
Yeah,
Nice
you
little.
could executive produce it.
Yeah. I'm down with that.
Inspector Gain goes on a date, but
Uh-huh.
Inspector Gain and me are we're different people.
Yeah.
But
Well,
Inspector Gain, he doesn't care about dates. He just likes mysteries and solving the mystery.
okay. Well, we got to get Inspector gain some love in his life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, Inspector Gain and love would be interesting. Yeah, but I see him almost I don't know if you've seen Knives Out, but Benoit Blanc, uh, Hercule Poirot, like these like they're these very eccentric characters, like
Uh-huh.
very quirky, oddballs, but they're brilliant. That's kind of how I see him.
Yeah. Okay, I get that because I have seen Knives Out. Um, which one? There's like a new one.
I have Glass Onion, that original first one.
Yeah, I'm like, there's so many, but okay.
And there's a new one coming out. I'm waiting for the new one.
Yeah, that's a good thing. Waiting for the good movies to come out. I can't wait till like it's back normal where you go back to the movies and like you can't watch the movie at home. You have to go in the theater. I miss that.
Yeah, but I mean, it's Netflix is taking over. Like, I don't know if you know, but Frankenstein came out on Netflix recently, and I mean, they had it in theaters like for 1 week, and like, yeah, but you guys put in $300 million, and
Yeah.
this is a good movie. This is one of the best movies I've seen all year.
See, and I'm not really a horror person, so I missed that. So was it scary?
It's not scary. It's more of almost like a gothic coming of age story.
Okay, it's not gory or anything like that. It's something
I mean, there's a little bit. I mean, it's not like there's no jump scares. It's not gory in that way.
Okay.
I mean, it's more about philosophy, I would say. I mean, like the original Frankenstein.
Okay. I think I watched it with like my hands over my eyes. So I don't really remember that much about it, but I just don't really like scary movies. And like my kids do. So every time I take them to a scary movie, I make them pray afterwards. I'm like, we're not bringing them demons home with us. So, yeah.
But I don't know who said this, but some they say the whole point of horror in fairy tales is it's not to tell you that there's monsters out there or there's evil out there. The whole point is it's to inspire you to be able to fight the monsters. That's the whole point.
You made me look at it a little bit different. Thanks for that. Because I literally don't like it. I get up and walk out. Like, obviously, they're not old enough to go and see it without me. So I'm kind of forced to go, and then I'll just sit outside and get on my phone or something like that. But if I do watch it, I'm like, big gas. Don't.
I'm a big horror fan, actually. Um, yeah, but I mean, no, I don't like jump scares. I like classic gothic horror. It's a genre.
I can do thrillers. Like, I like, I want to find killer, the detective, find the killer, stuff like that. But the moment there's like blood or violence, I'm out. Don't hit no one, don't shoot at
No
anyone.
rated R.
No, yeah, don't have too much sex. Like it has to be just about the mystery.
That's funny because I watch my mom, right? She always told me I can only watch rated R movies now because when you were a kid, I had to watch all your Curious George and SpongeBob. So I'm like, I'm tired of that now. I only want to watch rated R.
Yeah. I feel like moms, we like are like superheroes ourselves because the amount of like selflessness that we have is crazy. Like we will sit and watch crap that we do not or never would be interested in just to appease our kids.
Yeah, well, that's a bond it's like I don't even know how old that bond is. I'm gonna
It's
say
never gonna go away. Speaking from a mom.
200, no, not even 200 million years, probably 500 million years old. I mean, it's an ancient bond. I don't think people can even comprehend the power of that bond.
Correct. And I wouldn't trade it for the world.
Like, I would rather face off against a male grizzly bear than a female grizzly bear, a mother grizzly bear.
Yeah, you better not because she's gonna go at any lengths to make sure she save her bear, so her little cub. So go with the male because you got a better chance of him getting tired and running away. Because we never get tired.
Yeah, that's true. I think the male his attention span was he's like, I'm bored now.
No, if it's like the fight for my kids, I'm gonna fight to the death of me.
Yeah, and males can't. He probably can't multitask either.
I'm not gonna say that. I don't want all the males to be jumping down my throat, but
Yeah, I was the one who said it, so
I
you
mean,
can say he said.
I
I didn't
agree.
say it.
I agree.
No, I think it's a fact. It's biology. Males of any species, they are very single-minded creatures.
Yeah, I call it the out of sight, out of mind. If you're not in their face, then you're like not a factor.
Yeah.
Like you have to be right there in front of their face for them to do what they need to do.
Well, but part of that is why I think men are. They would. I mean, don't you can call me sexist, but this is more of a fact. I would say men are better hunters, and women are better gathering like fruits and vegetables, and because they can pay attention to multiple things. But males like when the target is right there, I'm gonna hunt it down. That's how they work.
I mean, like, I guess I'm a sexist too because I do believe in gender roles, but even though I'm teaching my kids right now, there's no gender roles in the house. This year, I just started that. But I believe that a man is supposed to be out to go out and be the provider. He is supposed to go out and hunt, bring home the bacon, and the woman is supposed to create the safeness and the awareness in the house. She's supposed to cook, clean, and make sure that the kids feel safe and that they go to school and get their homework. She's supposed to teach them the softer side of life, teach them religion. Like, I feel like it's a partnership. It shouldn't be just one person. It should be like, you know, a group effort.
So, my take, gender roles are technically made up.
Yeah.
But, there are tendencies that exist. That's what I believe. Like,
Hmm.
males tend to be inclined to do X and Y, likewise for females.
Yeah.
So it's not so not black and white. And there's obviously some middle ground, but
Yeah, I mean, but we live in a world now where in a lot of the world, the woman is a man and the woman, and so it becomes like a little weird because we have women raising young men, and I feel like young men are missing the male part about it. They need to see like how a man is actually supposed to like argue, disagree, go out and provide. They don't actually get a chance to see that. So they see their mom with their attitude. So now a lot of the men have attitudes like their mom because they didn't get a chance to see their dad um, when he is upset about something or how he would disagree or how he would like chime in and deal with stuff. They deal with things like women. And so it makes it hard for other women to date men that are very sassy.
so my take is I think what's going on is not only it's not really a male and female thing. I think it's just that people have been fed a false reality,
Mhm.
men and women included, that everything is easy breezy and there's they're very sheltered is what I'm trying to say. So they don't know how to raise their kids to survive in the world.
Yeah, because
That's kind of
everyone's
my
running
take.
around here talking about soft life. I'm living my soft life, girl. There's no soft life. You gotta get up and you gotta get it. You can soft life for a day, but soft life for forever? Child, when you got 3 kids, you can't soft life.
Because I just remember all those commercials when I was growing up, and they were painting this fake reality. So
Yeah.
to me, like that's kind of like I'm seeing this broader.
Picture. So when you say, like, think about what commercial comes to attention when you say that.
It's just the tone of it is like
Like the tone like of like the woman, like maybe like how they used to do the fabric softer commercials where the woman is like cooking and cleaning and the man comes like, honey, I'm home, that kind of thing.
yeah, exactly.
Okay. I mean, like, I want that life again.
And,
I'm tired.
and then there was
My
this
neck hurt.
whole thing that oh, we made it. We are free and equal. That's what they were telling us.
I mean, like, we are equal. We're all human beings. Like, we're equal. I think you make a conscious choice to decide if you want to have the gender role in your house
Yeah.
where the man is providing
I
norms
guess what I
the
meant
house.
was we all are, we've achieved equality in the world. That's kind of what I meant. Like all is well. You've saw we're there. Like no, we
Yeah.
weren't.
Yeah. Okay. Well,
Because as you can see now, obviously there's people are there's not they're not.
yeah.
I mean that's part of why Trump got elected. And it's why Kamala Harris lost. I don't know politics once again.
We're not going there. Save that one for Bambi.
I'm a political guy. What can I say?
Because I don't
We
I
can
don't
always
want
cut
the
it out. Don't worry.
yeah, I don't want the clickbait on the ones today because
See, you always ask me to go viral, Freddie.
yeah, I'm gonna save the way that I feel about that for my private conversations with my friends.
Well, I think the white is right. White is right.
Oh,
You heard it from me. I'm just kidding.
what? I mean, it's right. It's okay. Yeah, no, I'm not touching that one either.
I'm just messing around, but
I mean, I love the color though. I really do. It's like one of my favorite colors.
if you had an S to that, it's not offensive.
Yeah. Okay.
I love the colors.
I love the colors.
Yeah.
I love all the colors.
I saw this guy on YouTube. They say he's the most racist guy in the world, but I'm like, I don't think he is.
Is he saying is okay, so there's a couple things how I feel about racism. Racism to me is when you hate a certain person or a certain like group or tribe or race. um but if he's saying his opinion about some things that we are doing as a race, I don't think that's racist. So like if you're saying, Black people love chicken and watermelon. Like, and then you start making funny jokes about it. Like, I don't think that's racist. I just think that it's just like n- a not so funny joke. But we do like watermelon.
I
Throw
like
that
watermelon.
fried chicken. And we sometimes like it together. So
It's
I make a really good watermelon salad, by the way, with a little feta cheese. It's so good. Anyways,
I need, as soon as you say watermelon salad, I'm immediately thought about feta cheese. Have you ever had mint? Tried it?
I put mint in there. It's so good. It's so good. I'm gonna go home and make that. But anyways,
That
so
was
I'm
off
saying, but
topic.
if you're making a joke about it, like you can't be mad because it is true. It's probably not in good taste, but I wouldn't say that that person is racist because they are making a joke about it. Now, if they say I hate black people because they eat chicken and watermelon and at the same time, then that's something different. I'd be like, okay, what's your problem?
So yeah, I think his name is Tom, but I think he was actually part of
His name would be Tom.
a political party where it's like a white nativist party, but his whole thing is I don't. All I want to do is I want to have a place where white people can live separate,
Oh,
and I don't want any
other people?
other people living here. But I'm okay with them doing whatever. But I just want my own area.
Oh, that sounds very boring. Like, why wouldn't you want some spice in this situation? Like, I wouldn't want to live somewhere where there's just one race. Like, because how do you learn? Like, how do you see the diversity? That's the whole point of like why I like to travel because I like to see how everyone else lives. And if you just live right under what you know, then you never grow as a person. That sounds very crazy. Like, he sounds like
But he is pretty knowledgeable, so
so maybe
surprisingly.
he's knowledgeable. What is he saying? That like we're not supposed to cohabitate, that we're not supposed to like
No, he's
talk
just
to
saying
each
that's
other?
his personal preference.
Oh, I mean, well, that's his preference, but
He just
he could have it in his house.
yeah,
Like
I
you
know.
just have white people in your house and then don't come outside.
No, his claim is he feels like his way of life is it isn't aligned. So you would like to be live separately.
That makes sense. I mean, because we do think different and we have different cultures and we do move different, but I just don't agree with it. I don't agree with it, but I mean that's his personal choice. See, and with that, I wouldn't say that he's racist. It's just his personal choice,
Yeah. Like so,
unless
I
he
didn't
said
doubt.
something else.
Yeah, no, you didn't know what he's saying.
Okay.
But I think there's playing it up for the clickbait.
Okay.
Like
Well,
most racist guy in America, he's. I mean, the fact that he's speaking to a minority. I hate that they say minority. What does that even mean, minority?
yeah.
That's crazy.
I mean, because we're all little minorities somewhere.
Yeah.
So like,
Like
why
what's
would you say
majority?
that?
What's the majority? I'm so curious. Like what's that even mean?
I don't even think we have a majority of anything because like it's a melting pot,
Yeah.
especially here. So
Yeah. Because there's this big term white and like white. I don't even know what does that mean white. Because back then Irish people weren't white. People from Russia, you're not white. What is it like? Arabs are apparently white according to the U.S. Census, but they're not.
oh, you know, it's so funny with that because I mean, you're saying white, and I was always taught that they were Caucasian, and then you say black, and this one guy asked me, he was like, well, "Where are you from?" I was like, "America." He was like, "What are you?" I was like, "Black." He was like, "I know, but what else? Like, what do you call it? Like, are you African?" I was like, "Yeah, African American." He was like, "No, but like, what part of Africa are you from?" I said, America. So it's like, and I walked away feeling very funny. Like, damn, do I not know who I am? Like, because I'm not from Africa. Like,
I mean, I really do think African American is like the
the thing.
right term, right?
Yeah, I thought it was the right term, but he was looking at me like, you dumb girl. Like, and I was like, me and you, I was in Saudi Arabia at the time. So he was looking at me like,
Oh,
And then the
okay.
person that I was with was from Africa. So
That makes more sense.
that person was like, "You not where I'm from," and I was like, "I know." So I had to own it.
That does mean that makes a little bit sense now.
I'm like, "Shit, oh, I don't know. I'm African American, and I stand by that. So don't come on my page talking crap."
Do you know who else is African American, technically speaking? Elon Musk.
Lies.
He's from South Africa. Makes him no African American.
Okay, well, you stand on that one by yourself. We may come after you.
Yeah. No, but yeah. And I just think these labels are always funny to me.
It is. It's funny, like why we just can't be human beings, like, and why do we have to be like so many different things? It just makes everything just like so confusing. I am a woman, you're a man. Let's just be that. We all have blood, and we all have commonality to do right and wrong. Let's just do right, not wrong, live in love, and be done.
And that's the whole thing when you really study history, you see all these commonalities. And even biology. In fact, biologists would say race doesn't exist.
It shouldn't.
It's not a real concept. It's all it's
It's
not
made up.
genetic at all.
It's made up, right?
Yeah.
I agree.
Because even if you look at genes, genetics, or bio, that's my other interest, biology.
Okay.
But like there's no clear differences. Like it's kind of like a gradient based on where you live. So therefore, race can't really be real.
Okay, well, I know nothing about that, so you'll be having this conversation on your own.
Don't worry, I talked to myself in the corner about that. But,
Yeah, I'm
now
not
you-
even
now
gonna
you can
see
see
your
what-
fake.
now you can see where the no dates is coming in. Nah.
Yeah, but like, I don't need you to be over talking about biology by yourself in the corner. Like, we need to have you find someone that is off into biology, and you guys could talk about it together and have beautiful babies that talk about it with someone else, because you don't want it to die with you. Like, you have a vision and a dream, and it needs to like cohabitate with someone else so it can birth others.
That's a poetic way of putting it.
Yes. Life is gorgeous, so you got to make sure that you make it flourish.
I had to reproduce the order.
Yeah. We need more Detective Gaines.
More Inspector Gaines on the scene.
Yeah.
I don't know what the inspect. Yeah, I guess you could be female Inspector Gain.
Yeah, you need a female Inspector Gain.
We need a female Inspector
You
Gain.
need
to solve
someone to
the case.
help you out to like help solve some of the mysteries, because like you think from a man's standpoint, but a woman's standpoint is totally different. So like how you could find, it may take you a couple days to find him. It may take her 3 minutes to find whoever it is, especially if it's a man that she's sleeping with. It takes us 3 minutes to find a man that we love or have been with out of a crowd of 10,000 people.
Yeah, so love at first sight, you could say.
We don't even have to be in love with him. We just, if he is ours, we find him.
That's interesting. That's what I think too. Because you see all these guys like, oh, I'm gonna impress her and blah blah. They do this elaborate courtship, which I don't think is probably gonna work.
No, you have to impress. You have to like court. You have to like do
I mean,
weird
sure,
things.
but I guess what I'm saying is like they're trying to win you over by doing that.
Yes, win me over.
But as you say, you can identify
We can
from the start.
identify.
But
Yes,
so they're trying to force it, is what I'm saying.
yes. But the only reason why I can identify is because he forced it in the beginning. Because if he didn't force it in the beginning, where I was like, "Oh my God, I love him," then I don't care to find him out of a crowd. Because I don't want the bare minimum guy. I'm not looking for him.
That could be cropped and taken out of context.
Put it where you want. They know when they see my face that the bare minimum does not live here.
And now it's time for the clickbait title, local Indian man. I don't know, we got to fill in the blanks there, but I always like starting off with local Indian man.
Local Indian man.
It's like local Florida man, but local.
Local
I'm not from India, but they're gonna say local Indian man.
A local Indian man woos Malaysia, and he's gonna take her to Malaysia one day.
So yeah, that was Not an interview, but not really.
I mean, it was a
Yeah.
conversation.
Yeah, I try to do that because, I had a few rappers and they're from the streets and they always tell me, they feel uncomfortable when they do interviews because it feels like someone's trying to interrogate them. I try to not do that.
Okay, well, I've never been to jail. I pray that I'm never gonna go to jail, so I've never had one of those done. I don't want to go to jail. Terrified of police officers. And so, yeah, I just wanted to have a conversation because I'm always with my kids. I don't really get a chance to talk to adults that much, so this was wonderful.
Listen, I'm a man child, but I'm just embracing that I
So
am.
wait a minute,
That
there's
I
two
am.
things. Either I talk to you because you're like my kids, or I'm talking to you because I thought I was talking to an adult. Which one is it?
You got to choose.
I don't know. I'm gonna hope that I was talking to an adult.
I think you were talking to an adult with a childlike sense of wonder.
No, because if you were like a kid, then you would have said 6, 7 like 5 times. And so, yeah, and said some other stuff that my kids say that I have no idea what the hell they're talking about.
Six.
They 6, 7. Oh, they
Oh man, I'm out of touch. I don't know what that is. Well,
and other stuff like, oh, you have messed up aura and
I
like
do know
the-
aura.
yeah, and you're not the Fizz or the Riz or whatever.
So Riz, yeah, I know Riz. I know Aura. I've
So
heard about that.
there's like, you know,
You're not aura farming right now.
yeah, sometimes they were like, Mom, you just don't have, you don't have
You don't have that
aura.
Riz.
Yeah, you don't have Riz. I'm like, well, where would I get it?
And I'm trying to like keep up with all the slang. I'm like, I'm falling behind.
Yeah, sometimes when I'm having conversations, I have a blank face a lot.
Have they ever dropped Ohio skibbity?
No,
Okay, well, consider yourself lucky.
what the hell is that?
I don't know exactly.
And so I'm gonna go home and say Ohio Skippity and see what's up.
Ohio skibbity Riz.
And then we're like, okay, go sit down. My daughter be like, you're canceled. Have a seat.
Oh yeah, you got to say Ohio skibbity now.
Ohio Skippity. I'm gonna say that after my son's basketball game this afternoon.
Yeah, that was so
I'll be
Ohio
like,
skibbity
That
Riz.
was so Ohio Skippity. You got mad form, aura form.
Farming. Yeah. You aura farmed the whole time.
You got you aura formed the whole time. Yeah, mass Skippity, son. Nope. I went too far.
Oh, you gotta go too far. You got to embarrass him. That's the whole point.
Yeah, he's gonna be like, go sit in the car, please. Thanks. Well, it was amazing talking to you.
Well, yeah, it was a great conversation. Well, thank you for being here.
And next time I come, I'm bringing a nice little Indian lady for you.
Nice little Indian lady. Why not?
Yeah.
We gotta.
Little nice, gorgeous, long, pretty black hair, and she's gonna know everything about biology.
And she's an inspector too, right?
Yeah.